Okay.
We're recording. Hi, my name is Art Williams, and over there, the other beautiful person, she happens to be a lady. That's Cindy. Cindy, say hello.
Hello.
That's it. She follows instructions. That's why she's doing good in her business.
I said, yeah.
Cindy, we've got somebody else. I don't know if that means she's on. Deidre, if you notice her Twitter profile there, she's into handicrafts. Have you ever heard of what she calls it? Close to my heart. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't. So it may or may not be a direct selling company. I don't know. It could be, but it looks like it's her first day on Blab. So I would imagine if that was me and it was my very first day on Blab, I probably wouldn't be coming online and having people looking at me and all that stuff. And probably the only reason I can do what I'm doing is because I've been on Periscope now for like 4 days and put myself out there. So it's like, okay, but this is still new to me, as you know. So
well, I noticed
out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I noticed your post yesterday evening. And I got the impression that you have really embraced Periscope and getting into Blab and enjoying it. And I think, did you mention Meerkat too?
Yeah, actually, I did sign up for Meerkat because when you do that, it's my understanding that it automatically picks up your Periscopes and maybe Blabs and puts it out there. So it's just another one of those techniques of getting your name out there. And as you know, Art, I haven't really done very much promoting at all yet, and I don't plan to. I'm doing 100 days to amazing, and when I get a little closer to maybe 15 or 20 days, then I'll start promoting, but I want to get a little bit more proficient at what I'm doing before I start promoting it out there.
Yeah.
You could probably understand that.
Yeah. Well, I know who you're in, but tell us what MLM company you're affiliated with.
Oh, I am part of Shaklee and have been a part of Shaklee for over 15 years. And I was so thankful for the day when Shaklee found me. Really, I didn't find it. I had been in a couple of other companies, and one company had gone belly up and another one had products that really just did not fit for the Kansas landscape. And that was before the internet and stuff. So when I found Shaklee, it's been a really good fit, and I feel so thankful to have found a company that's stable. They have new products always coming out, and they have a wide variety of products, all different product lines. So you aren't stuck to just one thing. You have like 4 different main product lines that you can promote, over 200 different products.
You know, I get the impression that the more I discover about Shaklee, because I first heard about Shaklee, it would have been sometime around in the mid or early 1970s when I was staying with my grandmother in Amarillo, Texas for a summer or something, or maybe it was just before I went to graduate school. I don't remember, but the guy who lived across the alley, we lived in a neighborhood that had sort of an old-fashioned neighborhood, but it actually had alleys where the garbage man came, and that's where the garbage cans were. But this guy was a dealer for. Do you remember the Jewel Tea Company? You ever heard of them?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. So. Yeah,
they had the guys had trucks, and the trucks, it was a direct selling thing, and they had routes like a milkman's route.
Oh my gosh!
And they drove around. They originally got started with a guy who used to sell coffees and teas from a horse-drawn cart.
Oh
in
my
Chicago.
goodness!
But he was the dealer for them, and but he was also a Shaklee dealer. And matter of fact, I think that's the first time. Of course, that was a long time ago that I think I maybe even did sign up. But I've known about Shaklee for a long time. But from you, I've learned that they have a lot of things they're very remarkable for, right?
Exactly. And yeah, Shaklee has been around a long time. I was very first introduced to Shaklee when I was a little girl. Growing up, my great aunt sold she was a Shaklee distributor. And so I can remember going over to my grandma's house and having these basic H bubble baths. And so it was a familiar name. You know, when I got reintroduced to Shaklee, it was very familiar. And oh my goodness, it was like I just came home. You know, I found my tribe, and that's kind of what I feel like. You know, we've got a tribe here. I see Deb saying something. I'm trying to run my business mostly online because of health, and I would love tips. Oh, Deb, hey, I have been marketing full time online for over 15 years. So
I know that. That's how I met you. What? 10
how
or
long
more
have
years
we known
ago?
each other, Art?
Well, back in the early days of Veritech.
Exactly. And that was probably like 2005, 2006.
It was the late 90s, I think.
Okay, could be. I didn't come into Veritech or into that world until 2003 is when I started. It was right after 9/11 is when I went online, and I won't even go into that story. It's already recorded somewhere, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I understand, Deborah, that a lot of times people, when they have health issues, you know, they've got to figure out a way to make it work, and maybe going out and doing the home parties or doing the we have a new program. It's called the Integrated Wellness Program, that you go out to like small fitness places like Zumba, Pilates, or small home. I don't want to say home businesses because they aren't home businesses. Yeah, just activity. I guess that's what you'd want to say. But anyway, it's a really cool program. I personally, you know, my neighbors are cows, so it really doesn't fit for me unless I want to drive 2 hours to go do a day of promotion. So for me, you know, it's not going to be something that I will probably promote unless I happen to, here's the caveat to that, unless I happen to build the relationship with somebody that does have a small Zumba or a fitness or Pilates or something, and they have an interest, then by all means, I would hop in my vehicle in a heartbeat and go visit with them and do the one-on-one. But if it wasn't for that, you know, that would be the only reason I would head out and do that. I've just found that working online, you can connect with a lot more people in a lot less time and be more time efficient with your time. So
I remember even back in the early days of Veritech, Cindy, that you were a very prolific blogger even back then.
Yes, I have been blogging since 2003. I don't blog as much now just because time restraints. As your organization gets bigger, it's hard to get all of those tasks accomplished. And I've got a lot of content out there that gets seen every day. It's amazing. Just this morning I went in and had to change some of the URLs on some of my posts because Shaklee had updated their website, so it was the URLs had changed, and it's like, okay, I was getting these error messages, and I got a message from the people who host. I don't want to say it. It's Stat Counter. Do you know about Stat Counter, Art? You know what I'm talking about.
The name sounds vaguely familiar.
Basically, what it does, it tracks the traffic to your website, and it's a free thing. Under so many hits, after so many hits, you can pay for it. But I gotten a notice from Stat Counter that I was getting too many hits to this one page, and so I thought, okay, I better go in and look and see if I've got something wrong. Anyway, long story short, after you've been blogging for so long, that content gets out there online and it stays online. And when things change, you have to go back in and change some of that content. So a lot of my blogging it's updating some of the different posts that I've done before. So,
Cindy, you've been very successful. You have sort of a different philosophy in the propriety of aggressive marketing versus other approaches toward marketing, don't you?
Yes, I really focus on creating your brand, focusing on your target market and more attraction marketing, putting the content out there that you think the people that are in your target market will want to see and want to buy from, and they a lot of times end up calling me or connecting with me, and then we do get on the phone a lot of times, but that's kind of the way it works in my business. It might not work like that for all businesses, but for my business, that's the way I do it.
And as a result of that, you really have what a lot of people would consider a very enviable lifestyle too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I live out here on a farm in Kansas. Just came in from doing the milk and the goats and taking care of all the animals. And that's the lifestyle that I've chosen for myself. I wouldn't have to do that. But you know, some people really like to travel. Some people dream of the big house and the fancy cars, you know, living on the beach or whatever. For me, it's the simple life. I love the farming. You know, that's the kind of neat thing about in this world, we don't all want the same thing, and for me, I'm living that life that I dreamed of at one time. Mm-hmm. And it just was a matter of really putting that focus in, and what do you really want, and what is it going to take to get there? And I've been fortunate to be able to help other people do the same, whatever their dreams are. We sit down and we talk, and we figure out a game plan, and we figure out a target market for them, and I help them go for it. So mm-hmm. It's exciting. And I think that's probably more exciting to me, is when I can help somebody else do the same thing that I have done and achieve their dreams that they wanted to have.
Mm-hmm. Just out of curiosity, do you have any, of course, as you know, I'm an expat by choice. Do you have any expats? I know that your organization is international. Do you have any expats in your organization, Americans who choose to live abroad?
I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what does that word mean?
Expatriate. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we do have the military. Which
yeah.
I don't know if that's a choose to live abroad, but we definitely do have.
No, not in the sense that I
okay.
do. I mean, I enjoy the lifestyle and the different cultures and stuff like that.
Okay. I don't know that for a fact. I do know that we have Shaklee's in 8 different countries now, and we do have a lot of people that maybe were originally from other countries, and they've migrated to the U.S. and have found Shaklee, and basically have then in turn, their whole families, it's kind of, it has spread that way. But as far as people who used to live in the U.S. and now live outside the country, unless there are some people that used to live in the U.S. and they went to China and have built a very successful business over there, that type. So we do have some of those.
You've been in Shaklee long enough. And by the way, how old is Shaklee?
Shaklee, back in 1915, Dr. Shaklee invented vitalized minerals, and it's known as vitamins today. So from the time he invented vitalized minerals, that's been 100 years. And so it's 100 years of innovation. But it wasn't until 1956 that he decided to do the network marketing arm, and decided the direct selling path was the best way to get his products out there. And so it's, what is that, about almost 60 years old, 60 years next year. Yeah. So it's very, very stable. It was purchased by a billionaire about 10 years ago. And I tell you what, the company just took off, and it's been a fun ride. And it's so inspiring to me to be able to personally connect with somebody at that level and learn from somebody at that level. And that's part of our tribe that we have. We call it the Shaklee Zone. I don't know if you've ever heard of blue zones, but blue zones are groups of people. And it was actually a book that was written by Dan Buettner called Blue Zones. And it's groups of people in the world that he studied that live younger, longer. And he talks about, their lifestyle and what they did and all the different things that they have that the typical person doesn't have, and it's in all these little different tribes and stuff. So it was really an exciting talk, and definitely Shaklee has went out and they've proven it, that we call it Shaklee Zone. People who have been using and connecting and been in that Shaklee Zone, they're living longer, healthier, and look younger lives. So that's kind of cool.
And there's a direct connection between that effect and the Shaklee products, right?
Exactly. And the Shaklee products, the Shaklee culture, the community that we have, it's the whole gamut that we have. But it is definitely the products are the basis of the whole thing. And we've got tests, that's one thing about Shaklee. They don't put it out unless they've got it documented, researched, and backed up. And their new life plan that they have out has 34 patents. I think there's 19 of them still pending, but that's just unheard of, in the industry. So.
Well, now isn't Basic H their laundry detergent?
Basic H is their environmentally safe, all-purpose cleaner, and their laundry detergent they have laundry too, and it's there again. It's one of those that goes back to nature within 15 days, but they have a whole Get Clean line, and Basic H is one of those. And it's kind of the basis for all of those different lines, but we have, the whole Get Clean line.
And do you really expect people to believe that they can take a bath in that stuff?
I did when I was a little girl, and I loved it. Bubble bath. But you know what? Basic H has evolved since then. Now Shaklee has called Basic H Squared, and it's really marketed as an all-purpose cleaner, very economical. It takes 2 drops and 16 ounces of water to make your window cleaner. So it's evolved a lot since then. And I've got to be honest, I don't take a bath in Basic H. I take a bath in their Meadow Blend. It's a liquid cleanser is what it is. And I'm not saying it probably has some Basic H properties in it, but it's made especially for the bath, so they've evolved a lot over the years, put it that way. Speaking
of easy living country lifestyle, what kinds of products does Shaklee have that people who live around lots of animals like you can use?
Oh my goodness. Basic H is a biggie. We actually sell it in 30-gallon drums, and I'm fortunate enough to have a market for that just because of my marketing and everything. I personally buy it in a 5-gallon drum just because for our size farm, we have a very simple farm. It's not big industrialized like some people's are, but that, oh gosh, I can't even tell you how many. We use it for everything. We use it to bathe our animals in. We use it for a lot of different things. And since I know this is going to be recording, there's some things that I probably use it for that I wouldn't actually put out there on a recording because it's not a Shaklee approved use. But a lot of different things. And if you're interested in making your farm more green and more environmentally safe, give me a call. Let's talk. Because I can help you out, and I can help you save you some money. Yeah.
Since you mentioned that, please feel free to put your contact details in the chat in there. And if you want to go ahead and give any of your websites or other contact details right now, go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's pretty easy to find me. Cindy McAsey. It's CindyMcasey. And my website is b-barefoot.com. So I have a toll-free number. You can call that anytime. It comes right through into my cell phone, and it takes a message if I'm not there, and it's 888-272-6701.
888-272-6701.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay. Cindy, I'm curious. We were talking about expatriates and stuff like that before. You've been around the industry for a while, and then in Shaklee for the longest time. Historically, retired people have gotten into network marketing for extra income. But are you seeing any change, either more or less older people getting into Shaklee right now?
The one thing about Shaklee, it's an old company, so we have a lot of generations. When you go to a conference, you might be walking by somebody that's 90 years old. They look like they're 60 or 70, but they might be 90. As far as new people joining Shaklee, we have all ages, but it seems like there's a real rush with the millennials right now joining Shaklee, the young people, because they can see the value and the benefit of joining something that's not going to have the rug pulled out from under them. And that's what we get a lot of times with some of the different companies. Especially
in the last few years, right?
Especially actually in the last 15 years, it just seems like every time you turn around, there's something going on. And that's one of the reasons Shaklee is so careful about what they put out, what we can say on recording, everything. We just have to be really careful.
Yeah, I can tell you, I write articles, and I've been working for this particular fellow. I'm sort of like a permanent freelancer, but for maybe a year and a half. And even just in that short period of time, I've seen people that they're talking about how they just joined this company and it's the greatest thing. And I've known this guy forever. And wow, he's just so great. He's got a heart as big as Dallas. And then 6 months later, it's, those guys are just nothing but dirty rats, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's so sad. It really is. It's sad. And I think what's the hardest for me is when I see a new person jump in on a company and they just post it all over their Facebook page, and they just, you know, almost spam their friends and family. And then 2 months down the road or 3 months down the road, there's just quiet, and you know, something's happened. And you know, or the person who gets into one company and then 3 months later they're in another company, and you know, you just can't do that. You know, you've got to find a place and stay with it, and you have to look at, you know, what is your company? Do they have products that are consumable that people use month after month? You know, because that's what it's going to take to get your volume going every month to get your bonus checks. And a lot of the companies don't have that. Not all of them. A lot of them do too. But you know, you want to have something that's consumable, and you want to have a company that's stable, that's not going to go away, not going to grow so fast, and then they don't have the money to fund themselves. And we've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah. Deidre, girl, you are entirely welcome here. We're just good folks. Why don't you come up on here on the porch, girl, and have some tea and some cookies with us? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Deidre. You know, I probably need to get out of here. I need to go out and get the rest of my daily chores done, and I've got a few phone calls to make, following up and stuff. So.
Okay. Hey, Joe.
I like that.
Joe?
I'm in jammies and I'm a mess. You know what, Deidre? I hear you. You know.
What is jammies?
What
is jammies?
Jammies. Pajamas.
Oh, jammies. Oh.
Jammies,
I thought it was like something like Denny's or something. I'm in Denny's.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well, I tell you, Joe and Deidre, if y'all don't hop on this ship here, I'm gonna hang. I'm pretty verbose, but I can't talk for 30 minutes by myself.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing about Blab, you guys. It's a community. And when you get in and you talk, it's a collaboration. And that's one of the things I really like. In fact, tomorrow on Periscope, I'm going to be talking from a newbie's perspective between Periscope and Blab, because when it comes to these online video things, I'm very new at it, as you know, Art, and so that's going to be my scope tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to bow out of here. We'll see you sometime, Art. And
I hope I can catch that thing of yours tomorrow. I mean, you've been on it less than I am, and already you're teaching me things that I don't know.
Yeah, well, who knows what? It's usually about the time after I get done milking the goats while they're out eating is when I do it. And you know what? My scopes are short. I mean, usually 5 to 10 minutes at the max. And that I want to keep them like that until I feel like I'm delivering really good content. You know me. So,
Okay. All right.
Okay, guys.
Okay, Cindy.
We'll talk
nice
to you
talking
later.
to you, girl. Ciao. Okay, Joe and Deidre, let me just tell you, just so you understand, you certainly feel welcome to come back here. Keep your eye on my profile. I don't know exactly. Got somebody else just checked. 2 dudes and dudettes just checked in here. I got Mr. Clean. He's a DJ. Well, that's interesting. He should have seen that interview that I just did with Farrick Fenzler. He's in a music-oriented MLM. Who else? Who we got here? Bruce Carter. Bruce, I'm going to check out of here, brother, unless somebody wants to come in and give me some backup. I'm going to go ahead and follow you, though. Okay, I'm going to do that for you. And then Mr. Clean, the DJ, Baton Rouge. Mr. Clean, I went to college in Monroe, Louisiana. I was a music major up there. And then many years later, I worked offshore, lived in Morgan City. I always called it the Morgan City Men's Colony because there weren't any women around there. And then also, then after that, went to Lafayette. Okay, Louisiana. I always wanted to go to Mardi Gras, but the year that I went to Northeast, at that time it was Northeast Louisiana State College in Monroe, I was a music major, and they had an incredible band. That was the first year that the band stopped going to the Mardi Gras because it was starting to get pretty dangerous then. So I thought, damn. Anyway, okay, Bruce, I'm going to turn you on here, brother.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Bruce. Nice to meet you. My name's Art, and it's my pleasure.
Hey, nice to meet you as well. So you do MLM?
Well, I'm in the process of, I'm going to be getting active in one called Valentis. It's a very customer-centric, coffee-oriented product, and I think they're doing some really unique things.
Okay.
Now, how about yourself?
I've actually got 2 things I'm working right now. One of them is a skincare product called Nerium AD.
I know Nerium, excellent company. Yeah, they're out of what, Coppell or somewhere?
They're out of Texas. That's their main corporate headquarters.
What's the city?
I think they're in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. Is it Dallas or is it it's one of those suburban communities around Dallas?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of them right now. And
They're
the other
good.
one is called. The other one's called My NetworkOne, and basically that's online shopping. But they're very unique because they're a combination of MLM and affiliate marketing. And basically we give our product away free. That's what that little notation is up on my screen there. Ask me for a free marketplace.
Okay, so you're using ManyCam, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I've been thinking about trying that out. You like that?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I can put video up. I can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Okay. Well, tell us more about Nerium and/or your shopping platform.
Okay. The shopping platform has over 3,000 stores. So we're talking like Best Buy, Sears, Macy's, all those big brands like that. Mm-hmm. Plus a lot of internet-based stores. Mm-hmm. They have over 300 million products.
Wow, a lot of products.
Yeah. What makes it different is that we give cash back. And then to top that off, when people share the platform with other people, give it away for free, they earn cash back on those people that are using the platform that they've given it to. Mm-hmm. Also,
on the cash back, can you actually get that cash in your mono here?
Yeah. You got to get up to $25. You can cash out after you have $25 saved up. You can cash out. What else? Oh, we have our own unique products. We have deals with some other companies, and you can earn a good residual on those when you sell those. So right now we have about 5. One has to do with travel. We have what they call a med card or something like that. It's $15 a month, covers 5 people. So we have a lot of really cool, unique stuff in the back office that doesn't cost anybody anything when they sign up.
And how long have you been with them?
Since last year in October.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you can recall the details. How did you get into network marketing?
I was looking for ways to make money. I had actually started out with Amway.
Mm-hmm. Who hasn't, right?
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about that is I didn't get any backup. I was in it by myself, and I really didn't have anybody that was kind of guiding me or helping me along the way. And,
you always take that chance, because it's one thing that the company is what it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're deeply ingrained in it yourself. You've got to have that connection, don't you? Yep,
exactly. And so that's really where I started at. And, I've been through a few of them where I just didn't feel, I liked the product and everything. It was just, I was new at it and I needed some help getting going and just a little bit of guidance. And, with my NetworkOne, I've got a great upline sponsor who has been helping me. And with Nerium, the sponsor that I had, they're not really hands-on. And so I'm, slowly building that one. And it's taken me a long time, but I like the product. It works well. They've got a lot of great information when it comes to that. So, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
I've written some articles, not in the last few months, but I have in the past about Nerium, and I was really intrigued with their marketing program where they really emphasize the before and after, don't they?
Yes, big time. And I've actually taken pictures.
That's really smart. Yeah, it's very smart.
I've actually taken pictures of people that I've sold the product to, their before and afters, and it's just amazing in 7 days what can happen in just 7 days. Let alone 2, 3, 4, 5 months out. Yeah, what they look like. Yeah. But they have a massive library of before and after pictures. Yeah. Massive.
They don't have a huge product line though, like some other companies do, though, do they? They've just got a handful of products, right?
Right now, I think they've got 4 products. But I think they're being very smart about that.
I agree. Yeah.
You know, you don't just roll everything out all at the same time. You get it out there, get it going. Once that stuff is going good, then you roll out your next one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they've got plenty of products down the pipe waiting to come through.
Are they international?
Yeah, matter of fact, I have a website that has all that information on it.
Well, give us your website too. Feel free to do that. You can go ahead and type it in the text box over there, and so I guess there'll be a permanent record of it for anybody that pulls this up. I see we have Just Being Tammy joined. Looks like she has a nice figure in that beautiful red dress. The lady with the red dress on.
Let's see.
And Michelle Vitaven. That sounds Dutch. Michelle, is that Dutch or maybe German? Wonder what that is.
I'll go ahead and put my marketplace one in there too.
Yeah, sure. By all means. Yeah.
Let's see.
And in the back of your mind, be thinking, I'm curious about some of your true life stories about some of the money you saved on your shopping cart product there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Is that one going to show up? It'll probably pop up in a second. Oh, there it is.
How long have you been on Blab?
About almost 2 weeks.
Ah, really? A little bit longer than me. You like it?
I love it. I love the connections that you make with people, because you got 4 people in a big box here, and so you're going to make some sort of
It's kind of like being with 3 other people in the van going someplace, right?
Exactly. Oh, I guess that didn't show up. I'll have to try it again.
Yeah, I just lost you, brother.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can still hear you, but I don't see you.
Oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. I'm not sure why. I think because it's still in beta, they have issues.
Well, what do? You just need to come in again?
Yeah, I need to refresh.
Okay. I'll be right here, like ET says.
Okay. I'm just trying to put this.
We have Kiana Monroe, M-U-N-R-O-R-U-E. No, M-U-N-R-O-E. That's right. It's a slightly different spelling there. So you are, okay, Bruce, I'm accepting you. Okay. By the way, Bruce, are you a DJ? Didn't your icon say something about a DJ?
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, that was the other guy.
McLean.
Okay, yeah.
Or Mr. Clean DJ.
Mr. Clean, okay.
So that's the marketplace, and I give that away, which is what's cool about that.
Well, tell us how it saved you some money.
Man, well, first of all, when I go to the stores, I save anywhere from 10 to maybe 50% off, depending on what it is I'm buying. For instance, there's a place called watches.com, and I got a watch for a friend. And
this is a store or an online place?
I'm sorry?
This is a retail store or an online vendor?
This is an online store. This one's an online store. It's called ewatches.com. And I went on there and I saw this watch. I'm like, oh, dang, man, really? It was like $1,300. And when I went,
a lot of money.
It was
pretty expensive time.
Huh?
A pretty expensive time.
Yeah. So when I went to it and I looked at it again, it was slashed like 75%. So I got it for like $200. And I'm like, that's crazy.
And you got the watch in the mail or something?
Oh yeah, I got it. Yep. They shipped it.
What's it look like?
What was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's Evicta or Evicta. It was one of those brands. It was a nice watch. It was, digital, and it had I can't even really remember. It's been a while since I had gotten it, but it was really nice, and it was a birthday present, so I was able to get that.
So you moved it. You moved it on then, didn't you?
Yeah. And then also I use coupons we have 3 couponing sites. You can go over there, print off your coupons. And I haven't used any of those yet, but I have friends that have gone shopping and saved, $50, $75 on their shopping.
I've heard a lot of stories about couponing. Yeah, if I was married, I would certainly encourage my wife to coupon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so I mean, just there, I've saved over $1,500 just between the watch and the little bit of shopping I've done, and then I've gotten cash back on top of it.
Wow. Yeah. What part of the country do you live in?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah. How's the Las Vegas has been through a lot of changes in the last 20 years or so, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I moved here in '92, they were building all these brand new casinos and blowing up all the old ones. And then when the housing fell, that was a massive problem because there was hundreds of thousands of houses that were vacant because people couldn't pay for them.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to bounce back slowly, but we're bouncing back. They're starting to build again.
What's the employment situation like in Las Vegas? I know there was a time when it was like an employment mecca, and then it got really dry there for a while. Is that bouncing back a little bit? Yeah, that's bouncing back somewhat.
They're building a hospital, so that's got jobs going. And they got a couple more casinos on the strip that they're building. So as far as construction jobs, there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
Nursing, they definitely need teachers. They definitely need. There's jobs here. If people really go out and look, you can find jobs.
Yeah. What's the water situation like? I remember I used to have a job where I traveled around the Midwest and Texas and the Gulf states and sold signs. And I remember driving by Lake Mead once, and somebody pointed out the water level and how drastically the water level had fallen in recent years. And I mean, just looking at it, you felt like you were seeing, like you were God or something, looking at a century in passing and seeing the old level and the new level. How's the water situation there?
Well, so far it's good. Actually, they're underneath Lake Mead. They're building this. I don't know exactly what it is, but once it's all done, the water's gonna go in this tunnel, and it's supposed to be able to help us have water over the next 100 years or so. So I don't know how it all works, but it'll be interesting to see. And so they're almost done with it.
Yeah. Well, tell me, on your MLM business, do you do your business mostly online, or mostly the old traditional person-to-person way, or a mix of the both?
A mix of them both.
Yeah.
A mix of them both. I'll do some online stuff. I'm actually getting ready to do a blab on saving money and then introducing the M&O marketplace to people. And then I have cards that are, let's see, here's one of the cards, and this is what I give people. I find out if they if they shop online, and if they do, I says, well, here's a free what do you call it, membership card.
Yeah.
And I give them that membership card with the website address.
M&O savings membership. Yeah, I see.
Yep. I said, here's your free membership. Go sign up. Start shopping.
Yeah.
And that works.
How many people do you have in your network for that? It sounds like you're pretty excited about it.
Right now, as far as building my business, I don't have anybody yet, but I have quite a few shoppers. I've got like about maybe 45 or 50 shoppers right now. And it's building as I continue to put people out there. And those people eventually, the way it works, they're going to look at that and they're going to see, oh man, I can make some money with this, and they're going to want to join me. So
you're aware of all the discussion now about VEMA and the FTC complaint, right?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, of course, as you probably have heard, that the big sticking point there is the government's trying to hang VEMA for not doing the minimal amount of retail sales, and that's for many years. There have been people in the industry that have been saying that the industry was going to get in trouble because you had too many people who were buying products simply to maintain their compensation levels in the company. So retail is a good thing, and it sounds like that's what you're doing. If you're bringing people into the organization that are actually using the product, then it sounds to me like you're retailing, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. And the cool thing about it is that I mean, people can start out as just a regular shopper, and a light's gonna come on eventually. Mm-hmm. You know, a light's gonna come on. They're gonna say, "Hey, wait a minute, this dude's making money with it. I can make money with this too. Why? I need to get in here and get going on this." You know, so it's taking time, and it's not going to happen, you know, in a couple of weeks. It may take me a year to get a nice team built and, you know, several thousand people shopping on the website. Because just them shopping, if I have 1,000 people that are shopping regularly, you know, whatever the percentage is that they're getting, and I get a little break of that adds up. You know, it could be several hundred or several $1,000s a month, depending on, you know, how much they're shopping.
Certainly the model, the MLM model will work if you work it, won't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's I think that's the biggest problem. You've got to. It's a lot of people have. I've heard many people say in the past that the problem with MLM is it's too easy to get into, and then people get into it and they don't take it serious and they don't work it. Yeah. So, what are you doing online? Are you doing anything online that seems to be working well for you?
I do a lot of advertising, but I believe like this Blab platform, because you can do live video and do training and stuff like that. I believe that this is going to help a lot. You know, you're going to get people that are interested in what you're doing, or that you attract and that are interested in what you're doing. And I think this is going to help. I do some email marketing. I do some banner marketing, you know, that kind of stuff. I haven't really done a whole lot of video though.
You ever build a website?
I have a Wix account, but I haven't really done like a branding website of just myself. I just have the corporate websites right now.
Yeah. I'll give you a little hint. There's a company called Market Hive, HIV as in Victor E, Market Hive. They've been around, I think, for almost a year right now. Two guys that started it are Tom Prendergast, and then he no longer has a partner called, his name is Mike Darling. And they owned a company that actually was one of the first internet sort of an independent automated marketing company years ago called Veritech, and that's where I met them. And I will say I learned an awful lot there. But Market High is a pretty good company, and it's a free membership. You ought to check it out. I think you might like it. They've got a lot of tools. Yeah.
Is that social network?
You know, I really don't know how to. I don't know how to explain it. He calls it he has a lot of good videos. It's called, they call it, it's not a social network. No, in my mind, it's an internet marketing social community. It's a community for, in some ways it resembles Warrior Forum. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, I know what Warrior Forum is.
Yeah, it's similar to Warrior Forum, but it's more, more action-oriented. Warrior Forum is just a bunch of individual people. I don't know if you can hear that. I live in Barranquilla, Colombia, by the way.
Oh.
And rent I do. Yeah, rent a room, and somebody across the room there, they're doing something. But anyway, I mentioned that to you because I think I have an idea of, you know, the learning experience and the business building experience that you're going through. You might not like it, but I think you might, and it's free, so you don't have anything to lose. Market Hive, HIVE.com.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Well, that's anything else about your business that you'd like to share with the viewers that we might have in the future? I see we got somebody else who's lurking in the background there.
Oh yeah. No, that's pretty much it. You know,
Okay.
Just a little information that I put out there. You know, like there's on both of the websites, there's lots of video information and really good explanations on the products and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
you know,
Well, cool.
in-depth information they can find right there.
Yeah. Well, I really want to keep these, this blab thing can really be addictive, and I want to keep it down. I've got some articles I need to write today too. You're welcome to hang around unless you have something else to do. I want to ask, this is Austin-Biggest Loser at Retrofit. He checked out. I scared him away. He was the shy person. Shy person. Okay. Well, look, I am going to say adios.
Okay.
Bruce, thank you very much. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter there, and keep your eye on my profile if I can ever help in any way. And if I can, you keep me advised of any blabs that you do, and if I can drop in, I certainly will.
Okay.
If there's ever anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to ask too.
Okay. And I just followed you, so.
Okay. Very cool.
I'll be when you
right.
have something going on.
Well, Bruce, adios, brother.
All right.